Welcome back to BCIS 3347. This video is going to be walking us through the syllabus and through the schedule, kind of introduce you to some of the expectations for the class and kind of how things are laid out in terms of when things are due and all those kinds of things. Sometimes it's easier to look at this schedule than it is to look through Blackboard. In fact, I'd encourage you to kind of do that. Check things off as you go along. Print it out, check them off, make a copy of it for yourself and highlight them, whatever works for you. So again, this is our home page. Over here to the left, we've got a couple of linked Google documents, and we'll go ahead and step through the syllabus first, and then we'll come back and take a look at the schedule. Actually, I'll go ahead and start opening that so that can be working in the background. So this is our syllabus here, basic basic information here at the top, the course and all those kinds of things. I don't provide my regular email address. Again, if you saw the previous video, if it's course related, I want you to send me a message through the Blackboard shell. If it's not course related, by all means, send me a regular email, but if it's course related, that's where I want it. My location, contact information, all that's posted right here. I think those are pretty generous hours. It's about twice as much as what we're actually required. And then I've got an extra way of getting a hold of me right there through a Google Hangout. You can find that either in our Blackboard shell here under Virtual Office or on the syllabus itself. Just click on that link. It'll open up a Google Hangout and we can video chat that way. The textbook that's required is right here. You can certainly purchase that through the bookstore if you have not done so already, or you can click on the link there. That'll take you to the site and you can purchase the book that way. Honestly, this is not a bad way to go. You can get the ebook, you can save a few bucks, you can get it quicker, all those kinds of things. This is the first time we've used this particular edition of the book, so we're kind of learning a little bit as we go with this particular edition. There are some changes from this edition from prior editions. Test out, we talked about in the previous video as well. That's required. You can click on that link and go check out that site. Course description, we're going to be learning about networking. So we're going to talk about some of the different layers of the OSI model, for example. We're going to talk about protocols, all of those kinds of things. Prerequisites, this is the introductory networking class, so as long as you've got some kind of technical background or you've had some computer classes in the past, you should be in pretty good shape. Something else that I like to provide students is information about the field. So I go out to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and pulled up some of this information right here. So this was as of 2014, which is their latest information that they have data for. And you can see it's really, actually I don't think that's right. I think I might have typoed that real quick. Let's go check that out and see. Yeah, 15%. So it's quite a bit better than 1%. Change that right there, and we're good to go there. You can see median pay. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to start out making those kinds of wages, but after a few years of experience, you'll be in good shape. Bachelor's degree, 5 years experience. It's a good field to be in. It's a good time to be in the field. If you want to learn more about the field, you can certainly take a look at that there. Something else to note, what you should be doing in all of your work is citing your work following APA formatting rules, and that's what I've done there. Career services, related to that is information about contacting career services. Ms. Hefner over there, they do an excellent job. They put on various job interviews, mock interviews, job fairs, all those kinds of things. They can help you develop your resume. They can help you develop a video resume. So contact those people, especially if you're nearing graduation. Take advantage of those services. You're paying for them in your student fees. Something else that I think is a really nice thing that you get out of taking our CIS classes are access to a lot of free software from Microsoft through their DreamSpark thing that they offer. They don't offer everything. You can't get Microsoft Office, for example, but you can get Microsoft Access. You can get Microsoft Project. You can get Windows Server 2012. So there's lots of software that they make available to you. The best thing that you can do, download it and play with it. There's no better way to get familiar with software than to actually play with it. My advice is to actually create a virtual machine on your machine. That way you can play with that software in a safe environment. And then if you decide to get rid of it, just blow away the virtual machine and it's like you never even had it. Course goals, you can kind of read through those. I am working with some people on campus to update these at this point in time, so these may change over the course of the semester, but I'm working on these and aligning them with the specific assignments that we do in order to really kind of have a more well-structured course. Course deliverables and exams, this is the part that students are usually interested in. We talked about these over here in our Blackboard discussion, but just to kind of go over them again, we have assessments, which are basically the quizzes. For the most part, they're over the various chapters. I drop your lowest 2 quiz scores, so that's a good thing. Because I drop them, I don't reset quizzes or anything like that, so keep that in mind. Before taking the quiz, read the chapters, look at the PowerPoints, review the lectures and all those kinds of things, and ask any questions that you've got. Then take the quiz. That way you're going to maximize your opportunity to do well. Homework is all in Test Out. We also talked about that in another video, but basically Test Out is an external website that you're going to go to take the tests. And I tell you right here that I want you to, after you complete a particular section, I want you to download your grade file, which is an Excel file, a CSV file specifically. And it's just kind of a backup to make sure that we get your scores entered properly. The discussion boards, if you've had other classes and professors don't make use of the discussion boards a lot, or they don't weight them very much, be aware that that's not really true in my class. The discussion boards are fairly heavily weighted. In fact, this particular semester they're weighted more than they have been in the past. I've done away with a semester project, but in lieu of that, I've added more weight to the discussion board to kind of take on some of those characteristics of the semester project. So be sure and read through that. When a discussion board comes up, the initial content for that discussion board is due the week prior, and then during the week in which the discussion board is due, you need to make at least 2 meaningful posts, with one of those posts being on or before Wednesday of that week, and the other post being on or after Thursday of that week, but before the due date and time. So keep that in mind. I've tried to kind of hit the major points right there and put those in the bullet, in each bullet right there. Exams, there's 2 exams in this class. There's a midterm and a final. The midterm is here in Blackboard. Shouldn't be anything odd about that. Especially if you've had other online classes, you should be pretty familiar with that format. There may be essay questions, there may be matching, there will be multiple choice, but it'll be here in Blackboard. The final exam is the certification exam in Test Out. So you have the opportunity, and I've talked about this in the other video as well, you have the opportunity to not only get your grade for the final exam, but assuming you pass, obtain the Test Out Network Pro certification as well. So it's kind of an extra little bonus that you get in this class. The weights for all the assignments are posted there. This is something I'd kind of encourage you to fill out as you go. Just pop your scores in here and follow along. Again, I'd probably make a copy of this into your own Google Drive folder, and that way you can edit it and do whatever it is you need to. Grading policy, again, nothing special about that. Above 90%, you're going to get an A, and so on. Late assignments, if you've noticed, just about everything in Blackboard is posted. The quizzes, the homework, everything with the exception of the exams is posted, and the post-test. So I don't take late assignments. Keep that in mind. Don't even bother asking. Student expectations, there's nothing really eye-opening here, but just if you want to really know what it's going to take to do well in this class, read through this. You need to check into Blackboard regularly. I check into Blackboard dozens of times every day. I'm just asking you to do it once per day. So keep that in mind. Read through some of those other things, and I can see some people are checking out our syllabus right now. Sending emails, problems with your grades, all those kinds of things. Academic dishonesty, if you want to review the specific policy, you can click on that link right there. Basically, don't cheat. You're going to get a 0 on the assignment the first time. You're going to get the second time you're going to get an F in the class. The third time you're going to get referred to the university for expulsion from the university. Disability accommodations. I am not the kind of doctor that can provide you with an accommodation. If you have some reason for an accommodation, contact this office, the ADA office, and they can work with you, and they will provide you with a letter that you can then turn around and provide to me. I'm going to do whatever it is that they say. This is their field, and so I'm going to take their word for it. So for the most part, I've always done whatever it is that the ADA asks for, the ADA office asks for. So contact them if you have a need for some sort of an accommodation. Otherwise, I can't give it to you because I have to treat all the students the same. As far as the schedule, it is over here, and like everything, it's tentative. But you can see right here, this is what's due this week. It's fairly straightforward. The assessment, homework 0, and assessment 0. So the pretest, assessment 0, and homework. So this is a pretty easy week. There's nothing that you need the textbook for this week. It would be helpful if you could kind of go ahead and get a jump start. But these are the things that are due this week. They're due on the final Sunday of the week, which happens to be 1/17. They're due at 9:30 p.m. Keep that in mind. A lot of professors have different times. Some say 9:59, some say 11:59. Everybody's different. I've chosen 9:30 for a very specific reason. The Blackboard Help Desk closes at 10. By doing it at 9:30, it allows you to have some sort of an issue and call the Blackboard Help Desk. They're still going to be there able to help you. So keep that in mind. That's the due date for all these assignments, is 9:30 p.m. each Sunday unless otherwise noted. So next week at 9:39 p.m. on Sunday the 24th, we have Lab Sim 1 and Lab Sim 6 due, and then the quiz over Chapter 1. And so each week on Mondays, I try to, once I've finished grading at least, maybe it may not be Monday, but Monday's the day that I try to do all my grading. And once I finished grading, I send out an announcement, and as part of that announcement, I include what's due that coming week. So this next Monday, you'll see an announcement, and it will include this information right there, among other information. You can see our spring break is in March, and then we get down to the end of the semester, and we actually have some oddball time because of the way they do final exams at Tarleton. So we have our last full week. It's a fairly easy week, and then we have a few days. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for this post test that you're going to take. Final exam starts on Thursday, and I close it on Sunday at 9:30, Sunday, May 1st at 9:30 p.m. So that is our schedule and our syllabus. If you have any questions, let me know. Give me a shout out, message me in Blackboard. Follow me on Twitter at H.Schuessler PhD. And until next time, take care.